So I was going to post a video today about Todd trying to work while his SQL IDE and the SQL language were arguing with each other. But following the comments on that last video, today we're going to have some real talk about Jira. At least one person from Atlassian commented on the video, and to that person I say welcome. Glad to have you, and I appreciate and respect your willingness to say, yeah, I work there in the context of that ridiculous video. So here's my background with Jira. I've worked with multiple Fortune 500 companies using Jira to manage agile development since about 2010 or so. In my former CTO role, I was the yes-no decision maker on a $100,000 a year Atlassian budget. I'm currently doing tech management consulting work for multiple companies who are using Jira and who have explicitly identified the problem of having to manually assemble and curate status reporting because they can't get it out of the Jira product. And this is a working Jira API extractor that I wrote just because I fucking can. I may be also a raving internet dipshit, but on this topic, I'm certainly not only a raving internet dipshit. One of the themes I've been exploring in my non-TikTok life over the last 3 months is the power of humor and satire as a lens to reveal real problems, and I think that video is a perfect example. If I worked for Atlassian, the thing that would concern me about that last video is not the hyperbolic characterization of the product's flaws or the over-the-top representation of the staff, but the fact that tens of thousands of people have gotten the joke. The OCG community has actually done you a huge product development favor by facilitating some very direct and unfiltered access to the voice of your customers, if you will. In spite of how it may seem, my goal is always to try to make things better. If someone with an Atlassian email address wants to contact me at oldcoderguy@gmail.com, the email on my TikTok profile, I would be more than happy to have a real conversation about this. In the meantime, consider the following. The objective of any reporting is primarily to allow the people not in the trenches to understand what's going on the front lines. You can make some agile socialism argument that it's for the team itself, but if you're showing up to stand-ups and watching the tasks move on the board every day, you know how the sprint is going and you'll never waste time looking at a report. So the audience is management and stakeholders, possibly the CTO, CPO, COO, CFO, who want some sense of progress and, more critically, insight into how efficiently the engineering conveyor belt is converting dollar investment in the form of expensive developer weeks into revenue-generating or revenue-supporting technology components. This is the key point. This reporting isn't for the working Scrum team. And here's the issue. Having the integrated Jira reporting being so incredibly fragile and unagile related to imperfect data entry sets up a situation where either the management has to make heavy-handed, non-agile, prescriptive data entry mandates or tolerate shitty reporting forever. I'd argue this is a fixable problem. Feel free to give me a jingle, Atlassians of TikTok, and we'll workshop it, and I'll share some of our outcomes on a video here. Also, those of you singing the praises of Azure DevOps, I'm interested in hearing from people from an 8 or more person team whose management is totally satisfied with your reporting, because quite frankly, I think this is about as likely to exist as Sasquatch or an entirely satisfied Cleveland Brown fan. I think Azure DevOps is just so newly adopted that organizations haven't had time to get past their "but thank God it's not Jira" euphoria, but I'd love to be wrong. Together, let's change things.